In this video, I'm going to go through the compact long multiplication method so that you can answer these tricky 2-digit by 2-digit questions as quickly and as confidently as you can. Watch the steps carefully and then I'll go through a couple of examples. So, 32 times 64. I'm looking to use a not a simpler method, a more compact, a more concise way of doing it. So I'm still going to start off by putting in my place value holders. 32 times 64, like so. I'm going to give myself a answer line. This time it's only going to be 2 rows long with my answer, so it's a bit shorter than the last one where I did 4 with the expanded method. I only need 2 lines this time. This first line, I don't need to write this, but what's actually going on is 32 times 4. So on this line, what's actually happening is 32 times 4. And on the second line, what's actually happening is 32 times 60. Don't have to write that bit, but it's quite helpful to see what's going on. Lovely. 32 times 4 is the easy bit because it's just 2-digit times 1-digit number. So 4 times 2, change to my black pen now. 4 times 2 is 8. And then I've got 4 times 3, or 3 tens. 4 times 3 tens is 12 tens, so the 2 goes in there and the 1 extra 10. Notice how I've just done it small. There's nothing else to times my 4 by, so that 1 can now come in here. 4 times 32 is 128. The second line, I'm dealing with 60, not 6, I'm dealing with 60. A couple of ways. Some people like to put their 0 in straight away because this second line will always end in a 0 because you're timesing by a multiple of 10. So when I do 6 times 2, which is actually 60 times 2, I know 6 times 2 is 12, or 60 times 2 is 120, so I need that 0 there. The 2 comes in here, and the 1 hangs on, 120. Or if you had already put in your 0, 6 times 2 is 12. Lovely, then I've got 60 times 30. 6 times 3 is 18. I'm going to add 1 more, 19. And I end up with 1,920. I add up my 2 rows, 8 at 0, 8, 2 at 2, 4, 1 at 9 is 10, and 1 at 1 is 2, 2,048. Now this is a difficult skill, a skill to sort of master by the end of year 6, but one to start working on if you can in year 5. I'm going to give you one more example of that. Let's do 43 times 28. First thing I'm going to do, thousands, hundreds, tens and ones. And I'm going for 43 times 28. With the compact method, with short multiplication, I just need 2 lines, 2 rows of squares for my working out, and then an answer line where I add the parts up together. Lovely. So what am I actually doing here? I'm doing 43 times 8 and then 43 times 20. And I write that down to remind you. 43 times 8 and 43 times 20. In the expanded method, you partitioned it to 40 and 3, 20 and 8. On the compact method, you are just partitioning the second number into its 2 parts, the 20 and the 8, and the 43 stays together. So let's do 43 times 8. 8 times 3 is 24, so my 4 goes in there and my 2 is ready in the next row. 8 times 4 is 32, add 2 more, 34. So the 4 goes in there and 3 comes across, and in fact the 3 can go straight in because there's nothing else to times the 8 by. Now I'm on to my 20. You can start by putting your 0 in to make sure you remember it, or you can imagine and know that it's 20 times 3. 20 times 3 is 60, so my 6 is going to go in like that. Or I could have put my 0 in and gone 2 times 3 is 6. I still get my 60 as my outcome. And then 2 times 4 is 8. It's actually 20 times 40, but because I'm now ready to put it in the hundreds column, as I work my way across, it will give me the right answer. 20 times 40 is 800. Now I add up my 2 rows, forward 0, 4, forward 6, 10, 1 extra there, there's my 10, and then 3, add 8, 11, add 1 more, 12. Nothing else to add together, so 1,204. You may need to pause this video, watch different bits again, or have it on pause so you can look at the layout as you give it a go for yourselves. Good luck. And if you're really struggling with this, just go back to the expanded method, and if you're still struggling with that one, go back to the grid method until we start to build up our confidence. See how you get on. Thank you very much.